विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादे पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त तप्तकाञ्चन गौरङ्गी माधववृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी नमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे. So this is the last discourse of this Science of Self-Realization book. In this discussion, I will include the 7 and 8 subtitle or chapters of this book, that is exploring the spiritual frontier and attaining the perfection. In this two subtitle, there is different subchapter, just like Srila Prabhupada arrives in the America, build your nation on the spiritual platform, saintly compassion, protecting oneself from illusion, and awareness of what is the best and most beautiful. In the 8 attaining the perfection, there is a 3 essay, which is knowing the purpose of life, the highest love, and the perfection of self-realization. Now, in this 7th chapter, exploring the spiritual frontier, means there is a path to explore the spiritual enlightenment. So in the first essay of this 7th chapter, Prabhupada had written the Markandeya Bhagavad Dharma 1 poem on the Boston Harbor when Prabhupada arrived in the America first. At that time, he wrote one poem that Markandeya Bhagavad Dharma means the supreme religion in the America. So in that poem, Prabhupada writes that Bado Krupa Kailo Krishna Adamera Prati, means Krishna is very merciful to the fallen conditioned soul, Adam. Adam means the lowest in the mankind. So here Prabhupada glorifies that the Krishna is very merciful, he is very compassionate to fallen soul, that he showers his mercy in various forms. And in subsequently, Prabhupada also mentions that this America, means in the Western world, is completely surcharged with the Tamagun and Rajogun. Many persons, they are totally allured by the two modes, means the Tamagun and Rajogun, the modes of passion and modes of ignorance of the material nature in the Western world. So Prabhupada prays to Krishna that I am unable to deliver all these Westerners, but if you will, by your inconceivable mercy, these fallen conditioned souls can be delivered. So Prabhupada prays that you can empower me, or may your words speak through me. Means whatever I am preaching in these Western countries, that is the direction of yourself in the form of Paramatma. So here Prabhupada asks that I am the simply instrument in your hand, I am the simply puppet in the hands of you. So whatever you will, whatever way that you want to dance me, I will dance according to your will. So Prabhupada says that नाचाओ नाचाओ प्रभु नाचाओ से मते काष्ठेर पुथली जथा नाचाओ से mate. This is a Bengali poem. So Prabhupada says that I am the puppets in your hand. So according to your will, you can dance. You can dance me. Kashtera Puthali, just like a wooden puppet, it is danced. It can dance according to the will of that puppet, that dramatician. Similarly, this preaching movement, this transcendental message of Godhead, is passed through the disciplic succession. So the pure, unalloyed devotee, he acts as an instrument in the hand of the Supreme Lord. And in the last phrase, Prabhupada mentions that my name is Bhaktivedanta, and if you will, then you can achieve the meaning of this Bhaktivedanta. Bhakti means devotion, and Ved means knowledge. So the end of the knowledge is Bhakti. So if uh, you have given me, means my name is Bhaktivedanta. So if you so will that my name will be fructified, or you can say that the meaning of that name of my name is fulfilled, then it's your will that you can sarthak. Sarthak means uh, to be in reality. If my name is true, then may it comes in the reality. So this is the first poem that Prabhupada writes in the Boston Harbor. The another chapter, last in the next chapter, build your nation on the spiritual platform, means here Teifla, in the Kenya, the meaning of Teifla is independence. So Prabhupada delivered one lecture in that one university of that Kenya. In that lecture, Prabhupada mentions that you should not follow. Here it is clearly written that Nairobi University, that please develop spiritually, for the spiritual development is the sound development. Don't imitate the Americans and Europeans who are living like cats and dogs. The atomic bomb is already there, and as soon as the next world war breaks out, all the skyscrapers and everything else will be finished. So here Prabhupada writes that he is giving the lecture to the that inhabitants of Kenya. So in the starting, Prabhupada says that this human life we have received this human form of life. So it's our responsibility that we should fulfill the purpose of life. Uh, First, we should understand that what we are. We are not a human being. We are a spirit soul, but we have anchorage in this human form of body. So Prabhupada quotes one verse that Brahmane gavi hastini sunicheva swapakaicha pandita samadarshina. If the person who are vidya vinay sampann, if the person is endowed with Vidya Vinay Sampan, if one is supposed to Brahman or Pandit or learned scholar, then he should see the every living entity as on the spiritual platform. Vidya Vinay Sampane Brahmane Gavi Hastini Suni Cheva Supakecha Pandita Samadarshina. Samadarshi means he is equal vision to everyone. He does not discriminate that this is the dog and this is the learned Brahmin. He does not discriminate about that. He only see that the spirit soul has taken according to his karma, according to his past actions, he has received this form of life. So he see on account of on account of that spiritual platform, not that only the outskirt or uh, only the outlook that he sees. So here Prabhupada says that we are a spirit soul, and just as the body is developing childhood, from childhood to boyhood, and from boyhood to youthhood, similarly, this change will happen at the time of the death also. I was hearing one lecture of Srila Prabhupada, that in that lecture Prabhupada was mentioning that just as in the during the sleeping, when we in the dream, at that time we forget this body. It is in our experience that when we are in this, where in any dreams, we forget this body and we fit on that situation. In my childhood, I had one dream. At that time, in that dream, I was totally surrounded by the lions and all the big animal, four-legged animal who are you can say meat eater, masahari. So uh, I was surrounded by that animal. So in the form of deer, I was escaping from that situation. And when they tigers caught me, at that time I was waked up. So this shows that in the dream, I was that body, whatever body I had received in that dream, that body was on the mental platform. Means in previous life or in any other life, I had got this kind of body. Similarly, in this body we have got. The point that I'm making is we are a spirit soul. So, as a spirit soul, we are transmigrating from one body to another, just as in a dream. In a dream, we may accept another body which is not of human being. So, this is a true that we accept another body after the time of the death. We are constantly changing this body from one body, one phase to another. Similarly, this change also happens. There is a one verse in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita that देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहांतर प्राप्ति धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति तथा देहांतर. Dehantar means when the spirit soul gives up the older and useless body and accept the another new body and fresh body. This is called dehantar. It is not that the after death everything will come to zero or everything will come to a void. It is not that. After death, the spirit soul accepts the another body according to his karma. It's a sound philosophy. Uh, it is a philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. From this our this this vision we cannot see the next body. Or there was a one person that he was asking me that is it possible that we may accept the future body, because it is not in our experience, we do not know. Just like we forget our boyhood body, and we do not know, and we totally are in our ignorance that what kind of body we got in our past life. So the forgetfulness is not the excuse. We cannot say that due to my forgetfulness I did not exist in that past life. It is not excuse, or it is not a sound argument even. But the argument is this, that the body is changing. Similarly, we accept in the future another kind of body, and This is Vasansi Jirnani. This body is Vasa means Vastra. Vastra in the literally form in Gujarati it is called uh, Poshak or attire. So this is our attire, this body. We are a spirit soul. So as a spirit soul, we are migrating from one body, transmigrating from one body to. And just as we gives up this cloth, just like when in the during sleeping, when I will go to sleep, at that time I will wear out this dhoti and kurta, and I will accept the night dress. I will wear the night dress, puts on the night dress, and similarly, this is the body. It's like a cloth. Just as we are changing the cloth, similarly, we will change this body at the time of the death. वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अम्यानि सम्याति नयानि देहि. Means we will accept the fresh and new body in the upcoming life. So this is the mention, but we do not know that what kind of body we will attain, we will get in the next life. So how can we decide that in the future I will attain this body? This will be decided according to my present actions. Uh, there is a one verse in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that urdhvam gachanti satvastha madhye tishtanti rajata jagannaguna vittistha adho gachanti tamasa. Means if we associate with particular modes of material nature, according to that modes of material nature we will get another body. There is another verse that in the Bhagavad Gita that I forgot that verse. In that verse, it is stated that according to association, karanam guna sangasya sadashad yoni janmashu purusha prakrutistho hi bhumte prakrutiyan gunat karanam guna sangasya sadashad yoni janmashu. That according to association of different modes of material nature, we will get the body. Why? Because we want to enjoy Purusha Prakriti Sthahi. In this material nature, Purusha means as a living being, we want to enjoy this material world. Purusha Prakriti Sthahi Bhumte, to enjoy. Bhumte Prakriti Jan Gunan Karanam Guna Sangasya Sadashad Yoni Janmashu. So, this is the cause that association with different modes of material nature is the cause. So if we perform the task which is not under this material modes of material nature, then we will get the spiritual body, and the task is the devotion. If we perform the devotional service in this life, then we will achieve the transcendental body. And we will go to spiritual abode. There is a description of the spiritual abode that parastasmastu bhava anya vyakta avyakta sanatana yasa sarveshu bhuteshu nasyati na vinashyati. Means even after annihilation of this temporary world, this world is characterized as bhutva pralayate. Means ratra game vashe Prabhavasya Haragame. There is a 8.19. This verse is that means this material world is called as Jagat. Jagat means which is changing at every moment. This world is changing at every moment. So changing at every moment means there is a creation, and after some time it is annihilation. Creation after annihilation, after creation, annihilation. Though this process continues since time immemorial. So we can say that this Maya is eternal. It is not a temporary. It may manifest as temporary form, but this Maya is eternal because it's a energy of Supreme Lord. So it is not that Maya is a temporary, or it is a product of you can say matter. So Maya is a Shakti. It is a Bahiranga Shakti. It's external energy of Supreme Lord. So uh, it is written that beyond this nature, beyond this temporary nature, means when we cross the Mahatattva, Virja river, the causal ocean, after that the spiritual world, the quality, that boundary of material world will finish, and after that, beyond that spiritual world will start. So parastasmastu bhava anya vyakta avyakta sanatana. The Vyakta Jagat, whatever we see in this world, this is Vyakta. Vyakta means whatever we can see, and the Avyakta means what we do not see. It is called Avyakta. So the spiritual world we cannot see from this vision. So this is called Avyakta. So that Avyakta Jagat is beyond this Parastasmastu Bhava. This Bhava means this material energy. This is beyond this material modes of material nature. This is these worlds are transcendental. So that is why it is written that parastasmastu bhava anya vyakta avyakta sanatana yasa sarveshu bhuteshu nashyati na vinashyati. And I already mentioned that this world is bhutva bhutva pralayate, means at every step it is changing. Pralay, annihilation will take place of this world. So, being a eternal being, being a living being, we are eternal. So, we should not stay here. In one of the lecture, Prabhupada was saying that this world is asat. Asat means not sat. Sat means eternal, and asat means temporary. This world is temporary, and this is not a proper place to stay. Gentlemen will not want that we will live here eternally, because this world is full of misery. There are threefold miseries and four dukkha in this life. Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, it's a dukkha, and threefold misery are there. So, just like fry, when we fry potatoes, at that time we can see the situation or the sthiti of the potato. So, similarly, between the day and night, this living entity is totally tormenting. It is very, what is called that, very terribly suffering in this material world. Just like in the frying pan, that grains particle or grain, anything is whatever is fried in that pan, it will be fried and it will be thrown either and thither. Similarly, between the day and night, this living entity, the conditioned living entity, is punished, is suffered in this material nature in the day and night. So, this material world is not fit for us, so, and we do not belong to this material world. So, it's our duty that we should think that how can we come out from this material world and how can we go to our eternal home, back to Godhead. Here Prabhupada says that I do not belong to this material world. I am a spirit soul and I am eternal. But somehow or other I have fallen into this conditioned life of birth, old age, disease and death. The sober man, the layman can think that I am eternal, but why am I getting this body? We are seeing all these current affairs regarding disease, regarding the death, and regarding the old age. What difficult situation arises in that old age, and in that we are hearing all these facts, but still we do not get the idea that how can we come out from these shackles of this life, of this material world. So, this is the message that if we become Krishna conscious somehow or other, then we can come out from this material world. So, this is the message that uh, it's our duty, it's our prime duty as a human being that we should get the idea, we should at least know the path that how can we come out, how can we get out from this entanglement of this material world. Because this material world is compared as a jail or uh, imprisonment, prison. It's called as prison. And the name of the jail is Durga, and the superintendent of this Durga is Durga, Parvati Devi. So he is the controlling deity of this material world in the form of three modes of material nature. So it's a very difficult to come out from this material world. But if we take shelter of the Supreme Lord, Mamavaye prapadyante maya metam tarantite, means if we take shelter of the Supreme Lord, then we can easily come out from this uh, very strong material world. And further, Prabhupada mentions that Ishopnishad 1 means there is first verse of Ishopnishad, Ishavasam idam sarvam. Generally, the persons who are in the bodily conception of life, they think that I am this body, I am the born from the Indian soil, that is why I am Indian, and I am from American, so I am American or this and that. So they are all the designation, all the upadhis. So first we should understand that we are not this designation, we are a spirit soul. We should first think, and when we come out on this platform, spiritual platform, at that time we will think that yes, we are a spirit soul, and whatever Vasudeva Kutumbakam means, entire world is family, and we will see the mercy of the Supreme Lord, that whatever is given to us, we will be satisfied by that. Ishavasyam idam sarvam yatkinchim jagatyam jagat tena chaktena bhunjitha ma grudha kasya sthitvam. Means Ishavasyam idam sarvam. This material world is the property of Supreme Lord, and the Supreme Lord is the sole proprietor of this material world. We cannot claim that this is the my land or this is your land. We cannot say that, because for some time we will occupy. We will not. It's not our honor property. We are not a proprietor. We are not the owner. We are just occupier. For some time we have occupied that property. It does not mean that this property owns to us. No. What is called that? For some time we are given that responsibility to maintain that thing. It is not that this owns to me. So that is why here it is written that Ishavasham idam sarvan yatkinchin jagatyam jagat. So every whatever we see in this material world, this is the property and the energy of the Lord. So we should engage this energy, means the property, whatever we see in the service of the Supreme Lord. And after in the concluding, Prabhupada says that Samat sarveshu bhuteshu madbhakti labhate param. If the person who attains at the Brahmabhut platform is a very high class platform. Means first we should overcome these three modes of material nature, and it is very difficult to come out from the tamogun, from tamogun to rajogun, and from rajogun to sattvagun, and from sattvagun to shuddha sattva, means transcendental Brahmabhut person. So when we arrive on that Brahmabhut platform, after that we can become eligible to perform devotion. Brahmabhuta Prasannatma no sochati na kankshati means he does not hanker and he does not lament over the subjects of the material world of this of subjects and the personality and objects of this material world. What samad sarveshu bhuteshu, we will see the every living entity on the equal platform, and he will see after this is the qualification, and after that he will be eligible to become to pursue to perform the devotion. So this is samad sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhakti labhate param. In the next chapter of saintly compassion, I will discuss only of the two important verses, that is describing the compassion of the saint sadhu. There is a one verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam that Titikshava Karunika, Titikshava Karunika Ajata Shatrava Shanta Sadhava Sadhu Bhushanam. Titikshava Karunika, I forgot the another phrase. Titikshava Karunika. So, this is the one of the important characteristics of the devotee, that he is very compassionate to conditioned fallen soul. Regardless any religion, if the person is saintly nature, then he will naturally have the compassion over to come over that conditioned fallen soul. So here, Prabhupada discuss about the sixth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, wherein Parikshit Maharaj asked the question that in the fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Shukdev Goswami explains the different planetary systems, and at the last he describes about the very horrible punishment in the Naraklok, in the hellish condition. So Parikshit Maharaj asked that what is the remedy to come out from this hellish condition. So due to compassion, here it is written that Mahabhaga. Mahabhaga means the person who has compassion in his heart. That person can ask only the solution, that how can the person can come out from this repeated cycle of birth and death. Adhuneha Mahabhaga yatheva naraka nara nanogra yatanam ne yat tanme vyakhyatub arhasi. Means here Parikshit Maharaj asked that please tell me the solution, that how can the person yatheva narakan nara, the person who is fixed, he has confirmed ticket of Naraklo, how can that person can come out from this from that hellish condition. So here Prabhupada highlights about the compassion of Parikshit Maharaj. It is decided that Parikshit Maharaj will go to spiritual world, to the Vaikuntha, but along with him, he wants to take the fallen conditioned soul. That is why he is asking, because we are born sinful, means we are we are born sinful, means we are accustomed to commit sinful actions by body, by minds, and by words. So here Shukdev Goswami says that until the next imminent death arrives, we should perform the prayashchit, repentance, atonement of whatever sinful actions we have committed. We should perform the atonement, and there is a process that Shukdev Goswami describes that what prayashchit, what atonements should one perform in this life, because if the person who does not atone, and if the person, if he dies, then he will have to suffer the very result of that sinful action in the form of very high, very big punishment. So this same to rescue that souls who have commit uh, who have been committing this sinful action. How can that person come out from this hellish condition? So this same uh, compassionate mood is it is also shown by this by the Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj described that Naivo Vijay Paraduratiya Vaitaranyas Twadvirya Gayan Mahamruta Magna Chitta Soche Tato Vimukha Chetasa Indriyartha Maya Sukhaya Bharam Utvahato Vimudan. In this verse, Prahlad Maharaj says that Naivod Vijay, I am not anxious for my own deliverance from the cycle of birth and death, but I am concerned about the person Sochetato Vimukha Chetasa Indriyartha, the person who has turned away his face and who is indulged in the sense gratification, and being indulged in the sense gratification, the person who Maya Sukhaya Bharam, the Udvato Vimudan, the great burden he is carrying on over his back in the form of sense gratification. The person thinks that I am enjoying, but actually he is suffering in the form of enjoying. But he thinks because it's a Maya, so the person thinks that I am enjoying, but he is actually in the suffering. So Maya Sukhaya Bharam Udvato. Udvato means to carry the burden over his back in the form of sense gratification. So I am concerned. Prahlad Maharaj says that I am concerned about these foolish persons. I will not go alone. No, I will. I will go with these persons. I will. I will not go alone. So here, Prahlad Maharaj says that Tadvirya Gayan Maha, I am completely satisfied by glorifying your qualities, but I am concerned about that. This is the compassion mode. The Vaishnava is always compassionate to the fallen conditioned soul. Uh, and similarly, the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who inaugurated this Sankirtan movement by seeing the the situation, suffering of the fallen conditioned soul. Actually, in one of the lecture, I was hearing that the if the person who is going into ditch, and if the person who has the heart, then he will think that I should say this person that you are going to ditch. If the person is nirdaya, if he is not a compassionate, if he is a still-hearted person, then he will not rescue that person. Similarly, the person who is saint, who is Vaishnava, he will think that it's my duty that I should save, I should rescue this fallen conditioned soul from this well of material world. It's called a sansar cook. Sansar cook means the well of material existence. Uh, we are very much entangled in this law of karma. So we should come out from this group, and we will save the this saintly person. They are very much concerned, and he will say to Supreme Lord that please shower your mercy upon him, so that he may come out from this dark well of sansar hoop or material existence. So here Prahlad Maharaj also says that I will, generally what happens, the person who is engaged in the self-realization, that person will perform austerity, but in seclusion, in a secluded place, in the very separated place. The person will perform the very great penances and austerities and all the sacrifice, and he will perform all these things. But here says that prayana, it is generally observed that prayana deva munayah swamukti kaman, means generally muni or the thoughtful person, the sages, they are generally interested in the swamukti kaman, to deliver his own self. But maunam charati vijnena par parartha nishtha naitan vihayak कृपणान विमुखस्य एको नान्यम तस्य शरणम भ्रमतो अनुपश्यते. Means here it is stated that generally the self-realized person, they do not come out because they have taken the vow of mount. They do not speak even a words. So they will go to in a seclusion place, and he will perform the great austerity, and Swamukti Kaman, he will liberate himself from this situation, means in this material existence. But what about this fallen condition soul? So Prahlad Maharaj also remembers about the condition of the fallen soul, that I will not go alone, I will go along with this all the person. There is in Chaitanya Leela also there is one devotee. There was one devotee by the name of Vasudev Ghosh or Vasudev Dutt, I do not know. But that devotee, he was asking to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that let all the sinful actions of all the person who are residing in this material world, all the sinful reaction will suffer. I will suffer. All the resultant action I will suffer on behalf of them. Let them be liberated. He is asking. But out of compassion, this person, this Vaishnava is saying that let they be liberated from this cycle of birth and death. And whatever sinful action I will suffer on behalf of them. So, despite all the inconveniency, despite all the unfavorable situation, the Vaishnava thinks about the fallen living entity. He will not think only about himself or themselves. He will think about the entire community. That how can this all the person can rescued from this continuous suffering of birth and death, repeated cycle of birth and death. So here Prahlad Maharaj says about this thing. We cannot, you can say, hide the sinful action. We generally see that nobody is watching us, so we will commit a sinful action. But we should see that there are 12 witnesses who are continuously witnessing our every activity. And if this witnesser will not work, then after all, Paramatma is residing in our heart. That Sarvasya Chaham Hridisanya Vishto, I am residing in the heart, and I am observing each and every actions of the particular living entity. And there are innumerable living entity, but Paramatma, being a super soul, he is observing every actions of the living entity, and he is noting down every actions of the living entity. And according to, there is another verse in the Bhagavad Gita that uh, Anuvanta Upadrashta cha Bharta Bhokta Maheshwara. I forgot. Uh, that in this verse it is stated that Anuvanta means uh, overseer, and Upadrashta. Upadrashta means overseer. He is just observing, and Anuvanta Upadrashta cha Bharta Bhokta Maheshwara means he is continuously observing, and we will get the another body according to our this action. So we should not think that nobody is seeing, nobody is watching, nobody is witnessing our activity. No, everybody means not everybody. As a super soul, Krishna is witnessing as a Paramatma. So we will get the body, another body, according to these calculations. So we should think twice before we act. If we want to commit any sinful action, then we should think twice that what will be the outcome, what will be the resultant action of this sinful action. So we should first think, and here it's a conversation between Parikshit Maharaj and Shukdev Goswami. He is asking the question, and Shukdev Goswami gives the remedy. For the Kali Yuga, the only remedy is holy name. Paras Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. This holy name, Krishna is incarnated as the holy name. In the next chapter, protecting oneself from the illusion. Here, one lady, Lynn Ludwig, some bad outlook was, you can say, encountered, negative outlooks toward the people they meet. So here one lady complained. Two of the Srila Prabhupada disciples, he misbehaved with her. So this lady complained to Srila Prabhupada that this is not good. So in reply to this complaint, Srila Prabhupada says that it is not an easy thing to totally surrender the life, our entire life, in the service of the Supreme Lord. It is a great task that we can come out from this entanglement of this Maya. Because this world is full of suffering. Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Mampetyatu konteya dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramamgata. And Mampetyatu konteya. Mampetyatu konteya. This is the 8th chapter, 15 numbers verse. That 15 and 16, they are similar. Abrahma bhavana loka punaravardino arjuna. Maupetya tu konteya punarjanmana vidyate. And this Maupetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam napnuvanti mahatmana sansiddhim paramamgata. So here Prabhupada quotes that this world is full of suffering, and it is very difficult to come out from this material world, and it is very difficult to come out from the clutches of the kama or lust desire. There is a one verse that kama esha krodha esha rajoguna samudbhava mahashano mahapapna viddhi inam iha verinam. Means this are the very, very great enemy. There is lust. Kama esha, krodha esha, rajoguna samudbhava. By the due to the rajoguna, this kamna and krodha, this arises in the heart, and this is the greatest enemy of the living entity. Mm, mm, Mahashano, Mahapapna, Vidhi, Inam, Iha, Vairi. Vairi means the enemy. These are the enemies for the sadhakas. So, first, uh, this is only the lust that we are seeing in this material world, and there are very few persons who totals this life to Supreme Lord. Uh, Bahunam Janmanamante Jnanvan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. Means after many, many births, a very rare devotee or Mahatma, Mahatma is described as Durlabha. After many, after so long times, this person will come to the conclusion that Vasudeva Sarvamiti, uh, only the Krishna is all and all, means everything. So it is not so easy as we are thinking, because our heart is completely filled with these lusty desires, and the means our consciousness is totally contaminated. So we should first purify, and the purified consciousness person, they are always engaged in the machitta madagat prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. This is the 10th 10.9, the 10th chapter. It is written that Krishna says that these devotees, they are much engaged, and even if there is a minute disqualification, whatever we are seeing from these eyes, we should let it go. In the moon, there is a one spot, but because the moon gives the soothing moonbeams, moonshines to the living entity, this human being, they do not see that we do not want to sun. Similarly, after all, the deity will be helpful to the human community. So apparently, there may be uh, disqualification, or there may be some faults, but we should not take that much seriously. अपि चेत् सुदुराचरो भजते माम अनन्य भाग साधुरेव समन्तव्य सम्यक vyavasito hi sa. Means even if the devotee commits a most abominable actions, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated. If the person who is engaged in the process of devotion, we are seeing that apparently it have means he or she has many faults, but due to he is situated in perfect path, after it's only the matter of time. When the time elapses, the real character of that person will appear, because after all, every living entity is pure. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhya Kapun Shavanadi Shuddha Chitte Karay Uday. A living entity is pure, and that Siddha Krishna Prem we also possess, but it is only just covered, it is you can say surrounded by this very contaminated atmosphere. So we have to purify our consciousness first, and after that it will revive in the heart. And in the 7th chapter, in the last sub transaction, and awareness of what the best and what beautiful, this conversation was took place between the one of the poet, Irish poet in the Ireland with Prabhupada. So that poet, Mr. O'Grady, he was asking many questions to Prabhupada, and the many questions regarding the spiritual master, the poet, personal identity, individual duty, and putting an error end to a war. That he was asking the various question about modern education and its problem, life beyond time, and the essential nature of the love. So here, one of the most important question that he is asking about uh, that every person receives the knowledge from the superiors. From the superiors, generally what happens, we get the knowledge from the superiors, but this poet is asking that God also receives the knowledge from his superiors. Generally, the definition of God is described in the Srimad Bhagavatam, that janmadyasya yatah anyat itarasya chartheshu abhigya swarat. Here it is stated that janmadi asya yatah means the person from whom everything emanates. This person is called a God. So if the person is imperfect, then he requires the knowledge from the superiors. If the person is perfect, then there is no need to receive the knowledge from the superior, because he is already self-sufficient. If the person has to receive the knowledge from the superior, then this person cannot be said as a god, because he is imperfect. He needs to assimilate the knowledge from the superior. So the god is the one who is self-sufficient, who is janmadhyasyata, from whom everything emanates. There is no need, external need, uh, to uh, to take the knowledge from the superiors. And he is asking very questions, and Prabhupada says very diligently, he is giving the answer. I am just reading the important verses of this book, means this conversation that Prabhupada quotes in this discussion, that Mamchavya vicharana bhakti yogina sevate sagunana samaditya etana brahma bhuyaya kalpate, means one who engage in the spiritual activity of unalloyed devotional service at one transcends the modes of material nature and is elevated to the spiritual platform. This devotion, the beauty of devotion is described here that this devotion is the above of these three modes of material nature. Uh, and I already discussed that if the person who is performing the devotion in his life, then he he is already uh, garnishing the spiritual body, because he will, in the next life, he will get the spiritual body. uh, and here one of the most characteristic is described the devotion, mamcha vyabhicharena. Avyabhicharena means, vyabhichar matlab there is a somewhat fallible in the devotion. There is no continuous devotion, or it is called a spontaneous devotion. Vyabhicharini bhakti means there is a broken. Sometimes it is a very strong, sometimes it is a shithil, means delicate, not a delicate, but it is somewhat so. Means sometimes our enthusiasm go up to the pinnacle, and sometimes on the at ground level, or it is somewhat sometimes it's a flat. So it's a vyabhicharini, means our devotion should be already a vyabhicharini bhakti. Then this devotion is above the transcendental modes of material nature. So here Prabhupada says that we should perform the devotion so that we can come out from this bodily conception of life. Uh, Another question. Uh, uh, Here Prabhupada also says the meaning of absolute. Absolute meaning, absolute means Purna. In the explanation, he says that Janma Karma Chame Divyam Evam Yoviti Tatvatah Tyaktva Deham Punarjanma Naiti Mameti Sorjuna. Means the activities, birth and his activities, they are not of this world. This is these activities are transcendental. Janma karma chame divyam. So if the person who understands the activities and the birth and activities of the Supreme Lord, Tattvataha, then this person will not get the another body. Tyaktva deham, after quitting this body, after giving up of this body, tyaktva de punarjanmana naiti mameti sorjana, punarjanma. This person will not take another birth. Uh, And another, here Prabhupada says that we should come out from this all the designation in the form of upadhi. There is one verse in the Chaitanya Charitamrita as well as Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that Sarvopade Vinirmuktam Tat Paratvaina Nirmalam Arishikena Rishikesa Sevanam Bhaktir Uchyate. So first we should purify our consciousness, because we are so many designated by the false, not a false but temporary, you can say tag, that we should come out from this. First we should situate ourselves, establish in our true self. Atmavan means first we should recognize our real identification, and we should we should be situated in that identification, and after that we should total our activities to the Supreme Lord. Total to Supreme means whatever activity we are performing, that activity should be total, means it should be in accordance with the desire of the Supreme Lord. That is called total. Then we will not get the reaction of our action, because we are performing for Krishna. So whatever reaction will come, that reaction will be applied, will be what is called sahan karo, will be tolerated by Krishna. And Krishna is apapa viddham. Apapa viddham means any karma does not apply, any karmas do not apply to him. So it's a soldier. If one soldier, we are always a soldier, we are performing the task on account of our order, supreme order. So whatever result, it will go to them, and whatever bad reaction, it will also go to them. We are only the order carrier. Here Prabhupada mentions many verses, and in the last, it's a very important verse. Mr. Grady, Grady is poet, and Prabhupada says that if you are poet, you should not change the post. You should be as a poet. But idam hi punsam tapasa shrutasya va sruštva shuktasya cha buddhi dattayo avichuto artham kavibhir nirupito yad uttama shloka gunanu varnanam. Means it is concluded that whatever actions we perform, the perfection of that action will occur only if we connected with the only it is connected with the uttama shloka gunanuvarna, if it is only connected with the Supreme Lord. So first our action should be in accordance with Supreme Lord. This is the next 8th chapter, attaining the perfection, is regarding this. Here Prabhupada exclusively mentions about the purpose of life. Here generally many person is bewildered by this modes of material nature, and they are engaging a very sinful action, very abominable actions. So first we should understand that for what purpose our life is meant, or what is the purpose of life. Generally the purpose of life, the materialistic, they think that sense gratification. But if you are given whatever you want up to 100 times in a day, then after some time we will become somewhat morose that, see, I don't want this, take away, take away that, I don't want. After some time we will become disgusted to this uh, sense gratification. That is why the person who is totally disgusted, saturated with this uh, sense sense gratification, the pleasure of sense gratification, he will turn to the Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Today I was hearing the lecture of Prabhupada. In that lecture, Prabhupada was mentioning that the testing of the civilization will, uh, what is called, tested. The testing of the civilization is rely on the questioning of Athato Brahma Jigyasa, whether the person is inquisitive about the Brahma, about the transcendence. Why I am suffering in this material world, although I do not want. So these are the Athato Brahma Jigyasa. If the persons ask this question, then we can say that yes, the civilization, the development of civilization is occurring. But if the person who is more and more entangling or more and more indulging himself in the sense gratification, then we will, uh, it is not said that this civilization is progressing. So first we should uh, understand that what is the purpose of life, and to pursue that goal, what are we doing? Generally we are totally confused about the persuasion of our ultimate goal. But here uh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that when our ultimate goal, Pancha Purusharth, is a Krishna Prem. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says that Prema Pumartho Mahan. Very, very important, very, very beautiful verse written by our Acharya, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He says that Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajeshatanaya Taddham Vrindavanam Ramya Kajitupasana Vrajavatu Vargenaya Upakalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Puranamalam Prema Pumartho Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matamidam Tatradaro Napara. This is the mat of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Prema Pumartho Mahan, and that Prem has been exhibited by the gopis. So we should follow the footstep of the gopis. And what gopi followed? He followed that Aradhyo, our supreme worshipable deity, is a Krishna. Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajeshatanaya Taddham Vrindavanam. His abode is Vrindavan. So these are the worshipable deities, and that worshipable deities has been that worship has been propounded by the gopis, and we should follow the footstep of the gopi. After that we will attain our real goal of life, means the purpose of life, which is Krishna Prem. So we should follow this instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Harar Nam Eva Kevalam Kirtaniya Sadahari. So when we follow this instruction, then gradually our consciousness will be purified, and we will come to the platform of that spiritual bliss, and we will at every step we will enjoy that spiritual Pratipadam Purnamruta Swadanam Shreya Kairava Chandrikam Vitaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam Anandabhuti Vardhanam Pratipadam Purnamruta Swadanam. So these are the things from Chaitanya Sistastakam. It's a very Prabhupada very detailed. He says that these are the Vedic philosophy, the highest love. Actually, our relationship is made with God only. But whatever we see in this material world, this is the reflection of the original relationship with Krishna. So, first we should understand the relationship between Supreme Lord and the living entities. And what is the form of this relationship? Unless there is a love between the relationship, then there is a no question of the service. If the person is carrying out the devotional activities, I mean the devotional services, that behind that services there is a love. Due to that love, the person or the devotee is serving the Supreme Lord. So, on account of, by dint of love, the person is engaged in the service of the Lord, and there are prominently five kinds of rasas: Shant rasa, Dasya rasa, Sakhya rasa, Vatsalya rasa, and Madhurya rasa. These prominently five rasas are there. But at beginning platform, we should at least consider ourselves as in the Dasya ras, means we are the servitor, servant of the Supreme Lord. Jiver Swarup Hai Krishna Nitya Das. So first we should understand this, and gradually our consciousness will be purified. It's a very vast subject, and one the verse that Rupa Goswami has written in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, that what is the definition of true unalloyed devotion, Uttama Bhakti. It is written, it is said that Anukulyana Krishnanu Bhakti Uttama. The verse is अनासक्तस्य विषयान् यथारम्भयुञ्जत ज्ञान विज्ञा ज्ञान कर्मा जनावृता आनुकूल्यन कृष्णानुशीलनम भक्तिरुत्तमा. So this is the verse written by Rupa Goswami. He says that anukulyana krishnanuशीलनम, we should, our desire will be of the desire of the Lord. And what is the desire of Lord? The desire of the Lord is represented by the desire of our spiritual master. So accordance means we should serve the Supreme Lord in the favor of him. Means we have to serve the Supreme Lord according to the direction of the spiritual master. Then our outcome of the process will come out. So this is all about the attaining of the perfection. And with this, I am ending this series of the science of self-realization. And if you have any question, then you can write comment or you can contact me. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The next book will be the message of Godhead. I will discuss on that book. Hare Krishna.